Gentlemen, Raila Amolo Odinga has been a key player in the Kenyan politics since 1997. Under Moi regime, under Kibaki regime, under Uhuru Kenyatta regime, and now under President William Ruto's regime. These are all President of Kenya, and Raila Amolo Odinga has been a key player in all those years. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga, as we talk right now, is going for the AU seat. But of late, Raila Amolo Odinga has been with problems with the Gen Zs and the millennials in particular. Now, in this video here, I want to look at why the Gen Zs in particular actually hate Raila Amolo Odinga seriously. But before I dissect on that topic, and if this is the first time you are watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Now, let me dive into the topic today. Now, let's admit here that the Gen Zs don't have an experience of the good Raila Amolo Odinga. They don't know that Raila Amolo Odinga participated in the struggles of this country, particularly when it comes to the issue of multipartyism, when it comes to the issues of new constitution. They don't know the role Raila Amolo Odinga played because they were young or they didn't experience that time. Therefore, they don't have a good experience of Raila Amolo Odinga. It's unfortunate that the experience they are getting of Raila Amolo Odinga is completely the opposite of Raila Amolo Odinga was before. And actually, to my level here, I want to say that Raila Amolo Odinga has completely changed. It's not the same that we used to see in since 2007 and going back, actually up to 2013 there. So therefore, in this video here, I want to show you why the Gen Zs have a problem with Raila Amolo Odinga. After admitting that Raila Amolo Odinga, the Gen Zs don't have an experience of the best Raila Amolo Odinga people Kenya has had, then we ask ourselves, which experience of Raila Amolo do they have? In this video here, I want to show you occurrences from 2013, actually from 2017, because from 2017 is where the Gen Zs were mature enough to see Raila Amolo Odinga and actually even follow some of his actions up to date. So be with me on this video so that I show you particularly what he has been happening, what he has been doing that has made the Gen Zs to conclude that this gentleman is a public enemy. Number one, after 2017 general elections, Raila Amolo Odinga announced that the elections have been stolen, and actually Maraga had a case in court. Maraga went to nullify it. Now, for those people who didn't know what Uhuru Kenyatta had done before, they felt like Raila Amolo Odinga was too much. After it was nullified, Raila Amolo Odinga went ahead and said, let's boycott the elections. So in most part of the country, there was no voting. William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta participated in the elections, and of course, they were elected as the president and the president and the deputy president respectively. Now, at that time, that's the experience the people had. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga said, now that the elections were stolen, we boycotted the election. Who did William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta engage in? Who would they compete with? Were they alone in the election? So they said, we didn't participate in the election, so therefore we are going to have a separate swearing in where Raila Amolo Odinga was supposed to be sworn in as the president. The campaigns across the country started. Raila Amolo Odinga went to various parts of the country, and the Kenyans were telling Nino and Bibilia. Do you know this was happening? The Gen Zs were young but watching what is happening. They were keenly watching what is this Raila Amolo Odinga doing. People went ahead. Actually, people were moving across the country. They were warm towards swearing in Raila Amolo Odinga to Uhuru Park. This is what happened. Raila Amolo Odinga was sworn in. He became the people's president. Some people were arrested here and there. But after a short time, that was March in 2018, Raila Amolo Odinga became, actually, they had a handshake with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the president by that time. During this time after the handshake, Raila Amolo Odinga, before the handshake, he had so many things that the president, which is by then Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, had done to this country that were wrong. So Raila Amolo Odinga was constantly criticizing, talking of Eurobond, talking of huge loans, talking of high cost of living. But after the handshake now, most Kenyans had expectations, particularly now here is where the Gen Zs and millennials come in. They expected Baba to now ensure that he has fixed the problems that the country has been facing. Ruto was alienated as an enemy, and Raila Amolo Odinga remained with Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, during this time, Raila Amolo Odinga didn't embark on any other thing except countrywide campaigns on the BBI project. Now, at this time, Uhuru Kenyatta supported him hugely. Now, the problems Kenyans were facing were not addressed. The cost of living actually went high. We realized during Uhuru Kenyatta's time, it's when unga almost went to 250 shillings. Raila did not speak about it. Despite most of the Kenyans that were depending on him to fight for them, Raila did not speak about it, did not bring any solution on board. And the Gen Zs are the people who experienced this kind of a life, where it was hard and Raila is in government. Since that time, they hated the opposition and the government going to bed, having a handshake. So that is the first step to the to hating Raila Amolo Odinga as far as the Gen Zs and the millennials, particularly the Gen Zs, are concerned. Going forward, Raila Amolo Odinga was given the support. He vied for, he was given support to campaign for the BBI. It was funded very well. William Ruto actually was very active as well. He showed how Raila Amolo Odinga, instead of fixing the country, he embarked on BBI. William Ruto articulated very clear to the Gen Zs and the millennials that Raila Amolo Odinga is the reason for the high cost of living. He has diverted Uhuru Kenyatta's efforts from changing the economy, actually to improving the economy to the BBI. And actually, as a result of that, we saw the BBI getting rejected. And this information William Ruto was giving the public, particularly the Gen Zs who could hear at that time, had more weight now. So Raila Amolo Odinga going to 2022 elections, he was not the same. He was not viewed as the same way he was viewed before in 2013 as well as in 2017. Now, another thing, so in 2017, it did not sort out the issues that were concerning the common manage. That is where the first hit steps started being made. Next thing that occurred, it was after the 2022 presidential elections. Raila Amolo Odinga still said the elections have been stolen. There were so many Gen Zs as well behind Raila Amolo Odinga. We can't deny that. His outfits when he was the campaigning, jeans, sneakers, smart guy, youthful, those kind of movements, actually really, Raila had more youths on his side than even the younger William Ruto. So I felt like he was so much into the youths than William Ruto himself. But still, Raila Amolo Odinga, after saying the votes have been stolen, he called Kenyans to go to the streets and the youths came out. The reason why I'm saying that youths and Gen Zs particularly were among the people who were supporting Raila Amolo Odinga, I go back to the people who suffered during the protest that Raila Amolo Odinga called in 2020, after 2022 elections. Some of these people that were killed were young men and women, youths, the Gen Zs, some of them millennials. In Maseno, there was a boy who was shot, a third-year student. That was pure Gen Z. In Kisumu, there were guys that were shot, others taken out of their homes and beaten, and then they died. Those were Gen Zs. Now, when you, as a Gen Z, when they started experiencing this, they felt very bad and hated William Ruto. They didn't like it at all. But now, there was a deal that was created between Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto, where Obasanjo was presiding over it. At this time, Raila Amolo Odinga changed tune, protests ended, and we saw him working with William Ruto. That's when Raila declared to go for the AU seat. Then now Gen Z had to pull back and ask, wait, some of us have been killed. Some of us have been maimed. Some of us were caught and are in jail right now, having jail terms because of participating in the protests with Raila Amolo Odinga. But Raila Amolo Odinga has gotten into government, but is not saying anything as far as the youths that are suffering right now in the country are concerned. So they felt like this is a huge betrayal. This is huge betrayal. So the hatred that they had from 2017 started piling. But they didn't talk. They kept quiet. Now the voice of Kenya came in, where the Gen Zs were leading the protest against the government, particularly when it comes to the Finance Bill 2024. During this time, when they were campaigning against Finance Bill 2024, Raila Amolo Odinga and the Gen Zs, Raila Amolo Odinga was present and working directly with William Ruto. And during this time, the Gen Zs, as they were campaigning, Raila Amolo Odinga did not support them, did not tell the president, wait, this thing that you're bringing, the Gen Zs don't like it. Instead, he played safe. He was trying to show that he's with the Kenyans, but he was not. So, until Kenyans kept on complaining, going to parliament, and where the most youths were shot once again. So, in addition to the 2022 protest, more people were killed. More Gen Zs and millennials who died during that time. So, the anger that they had to Raila Amolo Odinga, the hatred, it started increasing. So, as we talk right now, it was not the same again. So, after the people have died, Raila behaved to somehow that he was supportive of the Gen Zs despite he did not participate. Because people were telling him, stay at home. But now when he came out, people expected Raila Amolo Odinga to talk about the deaths that occurred and tell the people, the president in particular, let the deaths that have been occurred to be stopped. Actually, first of all, stop the deaths, stop the abductions, and even stop injuring and killing more Kenyans. But Raila Amolo Odinga did not do that. The Gen Z said they want to get Ruto out of office. Surprisingly, Raila Amolo Odinga now came in the rescue of William Samoei Arap Ruto, the president of Kenya, in contrary to what the Gen Zs and the millennials have been calling for. That cemented the chance of hatred between the Gen Zs and the youths of Kenya and Raila Amolo Odinga. So for those people who have been asking, why are people hating Raila Amolo Odinga? Why are they seeing that he participated in multipartyism democracy in Kenya. He participated in the new constitution. He has been on the trenches for long. The Gen Zs are young enough not to experience some of these things with Raila Amolo Odinga before. The Raila they've been having since that time up to now, since 2017 up to now, is the Raila they know. And the Raila since 2017 up to now is not the same Raila that was fighting for the challenges that Kenyans are experiencing, particularly in the past. That is the climax of Raila Amolo Odinga's hatred with the Gen Zs and millennials. As if that was not enough, when the Gen Zs gave the conditions for the people supposed to be nominated back to the cabinet of William Ruto, Raila Amolo Odinga presented 4 names. All of them are not actually, 3 of them actually are not experts on those dockets as per to the requirements of the Gen Zs and the millennials. That finally, it was the last nail on the coffin, where they said, enough of Raila Amolo Odinga. That is my video there and there. I just wanted to enlighten people on what is happening in the journey about Raila Amolo Odinga and the Gen Zs as far as hatred is concerned. Please, this is the first time you're watching my videos, make sure to subscribe, like and comment on the videos that we do here, which involve extensive analysis of various topics, particularly in politics. My name is Abel Mukwa. See you next time for more videos.